knife, I plunged it in. I took the knife and plunged it again. You will obey me, become what I want you to be. You will obey me for all to see. I took the knife, cut open your crown, reached in with a spoon, scooped out what I found. You will obey me, become what I want you to be. You will obey me for all to see. I took the knife, carved a hideous mouth, cut out your eyes like they're popping out. You will obey me, become what I want you to be. You will obey me for all to see. I took the knife, trimmed the candle wick, stuck it in your head, and then a match I lit. You will obey me, become what I want you to be. You will obey me for all to see. I took a knife and made you mine. I created life. Look how you shine. You will obey me, become what I want you to be. You will obey me for all to see. Happy Halloween for all to see. Happy Halloween.
Hello, Mr. Marty fans. Welcome to another episode of SpoOktober. And this is my Ghoulmore with MJ. Oh, do the howling again. I like it reverberating in my brain. And today we are bringing you a spiritual message. We are talking about tarot cards and other things. This is going to be Miss Howling's turn.
Thank you, my Ghoulmore. A little bit about tarot cards. Their origin is in Renaissance Europe, and they're connected to mysticism. 78 cards total, 22 major arcana, which are big life themes, and 56 minor arcana, which are day-to-day influence.
Ooh.
Now it spreads like the Celtic cross, a 3-card display. Past, present, and future are single card draws. The symbolism is archetypes, numerology, elements, and imagery. Now we're gonna have a little fun.
Oh!
You ready, Mr. Marty fans? We're just gonna do a lighthearted pull.
Okay.
So, here's what comes up with our 3 cards.
Okay.
The past is the star.
The star.
Hope, inspiration, and healing. You recently moved through something draining, but left you with a new clarity and maybe even a quiet faith in yourself.
Ooh.
Present. 2 of Pentacles. You're juggling choices, responsibilities, or maybe just a classic dance of keeping balance between work, life, and play. Right now, flexibility is your best ally.
Oh, so balance it all out.
Balance it all out. Now your future card is the Fool.
Oh!
And the Fool is a fresh start is on the horizon. This doesn't mean foolishness.
Oh!
It means freedom, trust, and to leap into something new with an open heart.
Ooh!
The road ahead holds adventure if you're willing to step onto it.
Oh, kind of like my life! Were those drawn for me,
Right.
you think? Oh,
Now, Mr. Marty fans, we're going to do something just for Ma and me.
okay, I'm ready.
These are going to be the same 3 cards,
Okay.
only this will take us on our creative path.
Oh!
Alright, you ready?
Yes, I'm
The Star. This suggests you've had a spark of inspiration lately. Maybe a project idea. Or
Yes.
artistic vision that felt almost healing to you.
Oh, yes.
It wasn't just about creating something, it was about expressing truth and reconnecting with your own imagination.
Oh, that's my right.
Welcome back, Mr. Marty fans. Mike McScary here. Last week, the collected employees of the Salem Cemetery, head groundsman Richard Diggy Prentice, newbie odd-job dirty work expert Joey Spinner, and Thomas Gray, both the proprietor of the Salem Cemetery and Salem's only funeral parlor director, had agreed on a plan to meet in the morning to bury Gail Darkwind, Salem's witch. By the pricking of my thumbs, this week's tale, Episode 4, Diggy Lightens the Mood. Let's see how our friends are doing. The sun was very low in the sky. It was only just past 4 p.m. Joey was ecstatic that Old Man Gray was giving him the rest of the day off. It was really only an hour and a half early, but still, any excuse to celebrate. Hey! Want to meet me up at Fitzgerald's? He asked. They got a really great happy hour. Diggy didn't want to. He pretty much had enough of Joey for one day. But he needed to kill a couple hours, so he said yes. But added he had a couple of things he had to look into first, and he would meet Joey there. After Joey took off, Diggy stuck his head back into the funeral parlor. Gray was getting ready to head out himself. Diggy called down the hallway. Have a good night, Mr. Gray. I'll close up the service door. See you in the morning. Gray mumbled thanks, and very carefully, Diggy put a little chunk of brick in the sill. and gently closed the door, making sure it didn't latch. Then he grabbed his old BB gun from where he'd left it next to the downspout and headed to Fitzgerald's bar. There, he had a couple of beers with Joey and ordered a tavern burger for dinner. Pretty nice. After they'd both finished eating, Joey had looked at him, cocked his head, and said, "What do you think of Sister Fate?" Diggy was confused. "What is that, a band or something?" No, like for your phrase. Maybe it could be the late great Sister of Fate. What the hell is a Sister of Fate? Didn't you ever have McCarthy for English? That guy with a wild beard and the long hair? Well, yeah, maybe for you, but he was an old fart for me. Short hair and no beard. Didn't you do Macbeth? You know, the three weird sisters? Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Those witches always reminded me of old Miss Darkwind. Yeah, I can see that, I guess. There's another line I remember, or at least part of it. By the pricking of my thumbs. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-dum. Can't quite get it, though. Yeah, no kidding. Could be anything. By the pricking of my thumbs, I've got rashes on my buns. They laughed a bit together. And then Diggy added, I haven't thought of McCarthy's class for years. Kind of like it that way. They sat for a bit, just drinking quietly, and then Joey couldn't take the silence anymore. Pretty weird about that cat this morning, huh? Midnight. Actually, I think she called it Midnight Moon. You know, jet black fur all except for that moon-white circle of fur on her chest. Without even realizing it, Diggy was rubbing the back of his right hand. I had a run-in with that cat back when I was in high school. Seriously? The cat's that old? What are you trying to sell me, Joey? No, sorry, you're not that old. You know what I mean. It's just crazy. Jeez. Yeah, it is crazy. This whole day's been crazy. And on that note, I think I'll call it a night. I'll see you in the morning, buddy. Diggy left and made his way to his car, but he wasn't really ready to call it a night. He wanted that big green gem that the old Darkwind hag was wearing. Green could mean emerald. The pendant looked old. Dare he hope it was jade? Gray had let him know that he was going to do right by the old witch, and clearly suggested that Diggy should do the same. But suggestions don't pay the rent. He didn't want to rub it in Gray's face and take the gem out from under his nose, but waiting until tomorrow might be cutting it a little too close. Time for a little nighttime office visit. As he got in his car, he saw the BB gun in his back seat and decided it wasn't that late. It was time for a little detour. The Darkwind house sat alone on a dead-end street tacked onto the western edge of town. It was quiet. Nobody else lived nearby. The sun had gone down, but there was a blood-red full moon crawling up the horizon. It lit everything in twisting shades of crimson and orange. A light wind whispered under the oak trees and along the pussy willows hedge line. As he got out of the car, Diggy grabbed the gun and shook it back and forth, pleasantly surprised to hear the BBs rolling in the ammo chamber. He cocked the lever once, twice, and then took aim at the oculus in the attic gable. The aim was true, but the shot plinked off the window and bounced back. Next time, he pumped the lever 5 times. The shot blew a hole through the middle of the circular window and sent showers of glass cascading down the wall of the house and into the lawn where the pieces stuck up like jagged teeth. That was satisfying. Diggy set himself to the job of knocking out every window on this side of the house. He was almost done when he saw something slink out of the shadows and slip around to the back of the house. Something with a telltale splotch of white on an otherwise jet-black form. Midnight moon. Good night, moon. Diggy pumped the gun 5 times, then pumped it a couple more times for good measure before following the cat. He was just in time to see its long, silky tail disappear into a little opening on the bottom of an old outbuilding. It must have once been a chicken coop. Now it was a kitty coop. There didn't seem to be any way out other than the way in. Unfortunately, there was also no line of sight to anything inside. Diggy couldn't make out anything, but the stupid cat meowed. It was definitely in there. Normally, when Diggy got excited, he reached for a cigarette. But this time, he got a better idea. He started gathering all the fallen oak leaves, dry and brittle, and piled them up in front of the access hole to the equally dry and brittle chicken coop. The cat meowed again, and Diggy pulled out his lighter. It went up fast, leaves catching and flaring up to singe the sides of the building. Diggy stepped back from the sudden heat and watched as the fire bloomed, consuming the dry wood. Something boomed inside the shed, and Diggy thought he heard the cat again, more of a yowl this time. That was also satisfying. With a great whoosh, a column of fire rose up inside the building and erupted out of the cupola. Diggy headed back to his car and did a quick 3-point turn so that he was pointed back to town, but there was still nobody around. He sat and watched for another 15 minutes. He watched as a big oak leaf got caught up in the updraft of the fire and floated lazily over towards the main house. Little red sparks pinwheeled off the leaf. Diggy watched as it came down on the roof and skidded over until it ran up against a corner of the chimney. A corner that already had its own pile of dried leaves, just quietly waiting for a little spark to set them free. Diggy stopped watching. He started his car and drove to his last stop. Tune in next week to find out whether working late really pays off for our hero.
This living hand, now warm and capable of earnest grasping, would, if it were cold and in the icy silence of the tomb, so haunt thy days and chill thy dreaming nights, that thou would wish thine own heart dry of blood, so in my veins red life might stream again. And thou be conscience calmed, see, here it is. I hold it towards you.
Good evening, everybody. MJ Howling here. For tonight, we're going to talk about the Feast of Samhain. Now, during this presentation, I may say Samhain because that's how I've been pronouncing it, but I think I looked up several pronunciations and it was Samhain. So we're going to talk about Samhain origins. It's celebrated in the ancient Celtic in ancient Celts in Ireland, Scotland, and parts of Britain. Okay, you Outlander fans out there, you know a little bit about Samhain. October 31st to November 1st, midday between the autumn equinox and winter solstice, marked the end of the harvest season and the start of the dark half of the year. Spiritual significance. Believed that on Samhain, the veil between the living and the dead was the thinnest, allowing spirits to cross over. Tradition. Bonfires for protection and purification. Offerings of food left for wandering spirits or ancestors. Wearing disguises. This is the early form of costumes to ward off harmful entities. Legacy over time. Elements of Samhain blended with Christian All Saints and All Souls Day and evolved into what we now know as Halloween. So the name originated from an Old Irish Samhain, meaning summer end. It marked the turning of the year, the end of the light, and the beginning of the dark. There are festivals, an agricultural meaning, final harvest festival when livestock were brought in form of pastures and sometimes slaughtered for winter food. A liminal in-between time. The year was not dying yet, not reborn, a threshold between cycles. The spiritual meaning. Celts believed the veil between the worlds was thinnest at Samhain. Spirits of the dead and other fairy folk and otherworldly beings could cross into the human realm. Families left out food and drink offerings for ancestors, early forms of dumb suppers or altar traditions. Dangerous spirits or trickster fae were warded off with protective rituals and disguises. There were bonfires, costumes, divination, animals, sacred sites. Samhain was one of the 4 fire festivals with Imbolc, Beltane, and Lugnach. It represented death and renewal, the symbolic death of the sun and the preparation for rebirth at midwinter or the Yule. Seen as a time outside of time, when order was suspended and chaos magic ruled briefly. So that's a little bit about Samhain. So thank you, class. Have a great evening. And again, this is NJ Howling. Stay tuned for our next lesson in October with some Samhain mysteries and other things. Thank you.
So here we are on the famous Monroe Street, of course. Why would the Amazon guy be coming by? Hawk, you're a natural man. You want to cross? Hang on. 1 second. 1 second. All right, thank you. Only one man.
That's right.
Took it to heart. I have the power. Okay. Where's my runners? They're up ahead already. Okay. Let's see. Amazing house. Okay, wait here, wait here, wait here, wait here. You're the top of the line. You're the first one. Wait. You're the first one. Way to go. You're the second one. Hang on. Look at these kids. Do you think they got bigger candy because they weren't the first in line? I don't know. Here comes a couple tail. Uh-oh, here's Ruby and Anya. 1 second. Hold steady. Hold steady. Hold steady, Mabry. Hold. All right, go. I couldn't hold, Croc. I couldn't hold. Come on. This is the holy grail of Halloween houses. The theme this year for 2024 is Mystery Masquerade Ball. You guys got to get in there, get the shot. You three, come on. I'm going to give all. Come on, ladies, get in there. Could you imagine if you were the one neighbor who didn't want to get involved?
This is what I'm saying.
It's
I feel like you have to sign something when you move on to the block.
Oh, hell yeah.
Can't be.
They probably all come show up at your house.
It's like probably part of the
Right.
HO, whatever, HOA, association,
Oh
whatever.
my God. It has to be.
Like you must.
Kind of a perennial favorite, the vomiting pirate. Be careful. I think that was one of the kids from PJ23 that didn't listen to the parents. That's right. Great job. Can you guys sing something to that? Jingle bell, jingle bell.